हाय गाइस, अ वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू द सेशन। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। I'll be your host and your financial analyst. My name is Akash Malhotra and I'll be assisting you for today, especially regarding there are a lot of factors that we'll be talking about for today. So again, it's a new week and new hopes, and there are a lot of factors that we'll be talking about for today. Guys, my objective always has been to assist all the clients irrespective of the circumstances that they are in. In trading, we take into the consideration that in strategy, whatever the strategy that you use should be effective in total. So this week was quite exciting. We had PPI, Producer Price Index. Let's talk about the market first, and let's wait for some other clients to join our today's session as well. So this week we had consumer price index, the one of the most important data, and second most important data was the producer price index, in which I did ended up making a good amount of profit. That's where we'll be having a good conversation about. So welcome you all, guys. If you have any question regarding trading, I'll be the person who will be responsible to answer all your questions. If you have any questions, you have the comment window. Make sure that we as a trader, if I may say, our active conversation plays a lot important factor while discussing any specific topic. So let's just suppose if I want to discuss one simple trading strategy for today or any major market updates. So I wanted to know whether you will be getting that strategy effectively or not. So yeah, these are the factors that we'll be talking about. So guys, welcome you all once again. Today's session will be basically breaking this session into the two half. The first half will be dedicated completely on the market analysis, and the second way would be like absolutely we'll be taking some live trades in my trading account. So yeah, this part will also be there. So let me go through your comments. Let me read all your comments. If you have any questions, you know the drill. Okay, so Mr. Akshit ji, as usual, you are very prompt into the session. Welcome to the session and good evening. Mr. MH Gaming ji said, "Hi Akash sir, a very warm welcome to you too, sir." Mr. Short Official said, "Sir, new account कैसे बनाए?" Now, if you want to create a new account, first of all, the very first thing that I would like to tell you that if you are a new client, right, and you haven't created any account, then in that situation, you can create a new account. You just have to sign up, and that's all you have to do. I'm so sorry about the background. Right? Just give me a second. Guys, am I audible? I think there was a glitch in the surrounding which I'm working right now, and that is why there is a lot of noise coming out from behind. Can you hear the background noise? Let me know into the comment section. Am I audible or not? Just give me a second. Guys, am I audible? I hope I'm audible. It's just because of there is a lot of background noise going on so far, and this is just happening suddenly. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. During the conversation, there might be some chances that you will be seeing some or listening to the background noise. I'm very sorry about that. And let's get into the session. So there was this one question asked by one of our trader. So how to create a new account? So what you have to do, if you are a new trader, you probably need a new trader your registered email address. That's where you sign up, right? And once you sign up, an affirmation email will be sent to you, and then your trading account will be created, and then absolutely you can start trading. Okay, so we also have another question: how to become a scalper? That's a very good question. Thank you very much for asking. Scalping basically is a short-term trading where we basically try to make a good amount of profit and then we leave the market rather than staying in the market. That's what all scalper usually do. They took the position, they make the money, and they leave the market. Now, scalping basically can vary from few seconds to a couple of minutes or at least 5 minutes, maybe based on how you basically execute. So sometimes they do love taking trades on forex, or sometimes it also works in a fixed time trade mode as well. So yeah, that is there. If you want to become a successful scalper, you must need to know a simple trading strategy. And like for majority of my client, they do love taking trades on using specifically for scalping. They go ahead with the Bollinger Band strategy. I love Bollinger Band, in fact. So sometimes they use single Bollinger Band, double Bollinger Band. So you have to know which trading strategy can work according to the circumstances. For every trader, the strategy can be different. One that is absolutely, we can work up with the strategy and we can create our own trading strategy there. Uh, can we trade with you in this live session, Mr. Ashokji? You can actually take trade, but there is one thing that I would love to give you. So I'm taking trades in my trading account based on the experience that I have. It's been more than 5 years for me that I'm working here with Olymp Trade. And actually, if you see the execution, my execution, and somewhat you will be seeing my graph, it would be a delayed view for you. So the trades can be delayed from any time between the stream is actually getting delayed any time between 30 seconds to maximum a minute. So therefore I would highly recommend not to copy my trade. This is just for educational purpose. Now if you are taking a trade based on your own experience, that is fine, but you are acting at your own discretion, guys. So be very careful. Take it as a training session. If you want to practice with me, like you can take it in your demo account or live account, whichever you may comfortable, but be very careful about that. Mr. Nadeem, okay, Mr. Nadeem, it's great to see you. Hi, sir, how are you? I'm doing great, Mr. Nadeem. Happy to see you into the session. Thank you very much for joining this live stream. Mr. Ashok ji said hello, sir. Hello, Ashok ji. Can we trade with you in this live session? Ashok ji, I already answered your question, sir. How to make a discipline in trading? So discipline, yeah, this is nobody can teach you. So discipline is something that you have to be very persistent with that. So suppose like I'll give you my example for today. What happened? I was actually taking trades in my live account. That there was this one moment which I was emotionally driven at times, and there are some huge trades which I have taken. In fact I would love to show you for today. So if you'll see, there is huge volume trades are there. I usually don't go ahead with these huge amounts, but I thought because there was some trades which I have taken and they were non-profitable. So in terms of recovery, I started taking trades, but these are absolutely based on the strategy which I have used. But what I would recommend you to, well, you are taking trades, restrict your amount to 1 to 5%. It absolutely fine. Sometimes the people do get carried away while trading. It is completely fine, but do not drain your account to zero. Once in a while, it's fine, but not really always, guys. So yeah, you have to be careful about that. Okay, we have some more comments, sir. How are you? I'm doing great, Mr. Nadeem. Amolji said which MA used. So these, so the back in the time, the MA, which is moving average that you have seen, they were two, which is 4 and 60. Right now, we'll be using a very simple trading strategy. Okay, so while we are having the conversation, let me discuss with you about the market, because there are a lot of factors that I will be talking with you about. This week was amazing in trading. Let me tell you, it was one of the best week in trading, because whatever we have decided in the last week, I was having a conversation with the clients on the regular basis, and while having the conversation with them, we try to craft the way to work up with the CPI, which is the consumer price index. The second one is the producer price index. So in both these ways, I'll be guiding you about, guys. Uh, who, sir, you learn trading? Acha, Mr. Ahmedji is trying to ask from where did I learn trading. Okay, we have a great impulse input here. uh, okay, so the market is about to breach around 2400 level. Let's do a thing, right? We can go ahead and take a fun forex trade in here. Write down gold. Okay, just give me a second, guys. I'll be replying to your question. I just saw very good moments in the market. Let's go ahead with around okay, let me just risk around $800. I will take a downtrend here. I'll take the stop loss value of around 30%, just to be sure. Guys, if you don't know how trade forex work, you can ask me your question into the comments section. Okay, so on gold, yes, we can take the stop loss of, let's just take the stop loss of around 30%. Or let's go ahead with 40, 1:2 ratio, and take profit around 120%. Let's save it and execution. Okay, now this time gold will be trying to breach 2400 levels, and the input or the candle formation that you are seeing, it's a very strong bullish right now. But while observing the candle, if you watch the candle for 4 hours, right, let me zoom out, and you will see this asset tried couple of time to break this level, but this level wasn't that good enough for the breaking. So as soon as it tried to break above 4000 level, 2400 level, there was a sharp selling happened right across the line. So based on that factor, I'll be looking into the consideration, and if the markets keeps on moving into the upward direction, I will be improvising my position, and I'll keep my SL value slightly over 50 to 60%, so that even in the worst case situation, my trade be alive in that moment. Okay. Uh, we have come some more. Mr. Crypto King said zoom, sir. Okay, right now I'm zooming in. I hope you are able to see my screen right now. 2400s, it's a psychological level, and there is a possibility that it tried to break this break above this level, but it failed to do so. It trying it is I think the fourth attempt to break down. It will break down, but after someone we can see a sharp downfall can happen at that moment, and that is why I took the trade in here. Let me go through your comments, and then we also discuss about the market analysis. Just give me a second. And thank you very much, first of all, for being very active into the comment session. This gives me an idea that we all love trading, and our love for trading will always be there. Let me read your comments, and then we'll directly switch to the live trading part, guys. Mr. Dr. Indraji said, "Good evening." Good evening, Mr. Pandey. A very warm welcome to the session. So, Mr. Pandey is again one of my client. Mr. Mirjaji said, okay, sir, by the its work in Pakistan, I'm big. Now, please tell me the best requirement. Yes, it does work in the Pakistan, sir. We work in a lot of zones. Although if you want to check, you can go to the help section, ask the support team whether the app has been supported in your local regions. It is available in the Play Store and App Store. You can download and get in touch with our team. They will be trying to help you out. Yes, but majority of the time it is available. Some of my clients are from Pakistan as well. Some are from Dubai, Oman. So there are a lot of clients which I am seeing from different countries. So Lalit ji, I think Lalit ji is very disappointed. Lalit ji said, इसके चक्कर में नहीं पड़ना मेरे something lags कहा गया. I'm very sorry, Lalit ji. How did you felt about that? Like, what made you feel about that? We have been working from 2014. Let me tell you guys. From my experience, if you'll see, some of my clients are there into the YouTube stream. You can ask your question there. We have been working constantly, and we try to give you the best trading advice possible from our end each and every week. Not only me, but my colleagues are also there to help you out in understanding the market. So all goes into the understanding of market. How effectively do you understand market, and how effectively you do take trades. So trading is not something that you try to learn in the very first session or so. It takes time and dedication. At the same time, you have to be very careful how you are executing. So we have some fixed time trade in here. I have some risk-free trades available. Let me just open up a trade. Okay, so let's get back to the most important part that we have discussed in the last session. So CPI data was released. I don't know how many of you guys have checked consumer price index. Let me show you. Let me just switch the graph to 30 minutes duration. I'll show you on USD JPY. So while having the conversation, the discussion, I'll show you my trade on there as well. Consumer price index is one of the important data which has been released once in every month. Now, once the CPI data was released, exactly at 6 on, I think, 15th, if I'm not mistaken, the data was released, and it was completely red data. One data was red, and all the three datas were neutral. This is exactly the replica of the data which was released in, I think, it was on last May. That May 2023 was the time on which the same data was released, and exactly the same sort of candle was happened to be there. So this candle was evident that we know for sure the market will follow into the downward direction. Now what we did here, while I was having the conversation with the client, if you watch the price of gold very closely right now, so what exactly has happened, what is driving the market? Okay, gold has been increasing dramatically. So this is because of 2004. It took a lot of buyers. So there's a lot of volume coming in for buying gold. So gold will be keep on rising, guys. Let it increase. Let me just increase my SL value. I think, yeah, we were talking about the gold. So gold in between these two lines were there. And what we discussed into the last session, the gold can increase when the value of USD decreases. That is exactly what has happened. So what I did, I basically took the trade in this account. As soon as the value of USD decreases, the value of gold increase. As soon as the value of gold increases, we took the trade on gold specifically. If you'll see, the date is also been there. Let me just show you my trade in here. Okay, so if you'll see, exactly at 6 o'clock on May 15, we took the trade into the downward direction. This was based on the fundamental analysis. And as soon as we made the profit, we were holding the position just for 4 minutes. As soon as we made the profit, we left the market rather than staying in the market because there was an excellent event. So, okay, so there is another pending order I think I have selected in here. Okay, let just the trade open at that price level. And that is why we made a good amount of profit, around $196 on the consumer price index data. At the same time, a day before on 15th, I think the producer price index data was released. And as you can know, and some of my clients had a conversation about this. So whenever producer price index data releases, not only the market moves, but the very first candle that it usually forms, the market reverses itself after the formation of very first candle. It doesn't matter in which direction it is working. Some of you probably not know about this, so let me clarify. PPI is a producer price index, which is another tool to calculate inflation which is happening in US. So US releases this data once in every month. So the last time the data was released, I'll show you the candle right here. So the producer price index data was released somewhere on 14th of May. Let me just scroll the graph and I'll show you the candle right here. On 14th of May, exactly at 6, you will see a big impulsive candle happening on USD. And that too was green candle, I think. Okay. Yeah, here. As soon as the PPI data was released, here is the candle exactly at 6 o'clock. You can see below the candle, there is the exact date written. As soon as the market started moving into the upward direction, a lot of selling happened at that very moment, and which drove the market entirely into the opposite direction. This is what happens in PPI. Majority of the time, around 33% of the candle did get recovered itself, and that is where I was able to make around $1,200 profit on these idea. So yeah, fundamental analysis works like charm majority of the time. For today's session, we'll be talking about the financial market and we'll be executing some live trade. Let me go through your comments once in for all, guys. Okay, Mr. Ismail said, please my trade profit. I didn't get you a comment, Mr. Ismail. How to create great psychology in trading? Sir, there are a lot of articles that you can see. Psychology is basically you have to keep a very small profit margin, and once you like around 10% profit margin you consider each and every day. Once you make the profit, you leave the market. That would be an easiest way. And the second thing is, while you are taking trades in fixed time mode, while you are doing that, make sure we start with the smaller volume, right? And once you reach your profit margin, you close the trade. If you are going to take some trades, you can watch the candle for a minute duration trade, and then go ahead with the expiration time of I think if you want to go ahead with the expiration time, you can go ahead with 2 to 3 minutes. So while we were having a conversation, guys, I think I did took one trade, right? Okay, so let me just show you my last trade which I have executed. I think on this account of mine I did took the trade. Okay, so our trade on Asia Composite Index turned out to be positive. Nice. So what was the reason we took the trade into the upward direction? So here, it was a support level, right? And from there was a good probability for market to rise. So this doji candle appeared, and then there is a green candle appeared, which gives us an insightful idea that the market will be keep on pushing itself into the upward direction. There is another trade which is already open. Let's do close this trade. It's been active from a long time. Let me just close this one on AUD CAD, right? And yeah, I'll give you another trading advice, guys. In the last week, while we were having a conversation, I told you all that the value of Bitcoin decreased drastically. It was around 50, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was around 61,000 value. And while I was checking this data, we found out a descending wedge pattern in here. It would be difficult to draw in this situation. Let me just switch the graph to a minute for a day, and then I'll draw a descending wedge pattern in here. So if you watch it very closely, the value of 60,000 act as a very good level support for Bitcoin. So let me draw a horizontal line in here. Okay, somewhere here 60,000. Okay, and there is another line I wanted to show you this because I did make a profit on this. Let me draw a trend line, and for hours we will draw this. Okay. Okay. This value was efficiently broken on 15th of March. And that is why we took the trade on Bitcoin and their alternative cryptocurrencies into the upward direction. Here are the profitable trades which I have taken on them. So if you'll see on Ethereum, we made around 64% profit. On Litecoin, we just hold the position and close the trade. So here we also ended up on the profitable front. There is another trade which I am holding as of now. Let me show you once again. Okay, so right now my PC is acting up, I think. Whatever information that you are seeing, it would be shown with the little delay. Forgive me about the inconvenience. Yeah, on Binance Coin, I also was holding a position on this one, and it is on the profitable front. If you have any questions, guys, please let me know. Mr. Ahmed said, Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum assalam, Mr. Ahmed. I'm Ismail from Pakistan. Love from India as well. So very warm welcome to this session. We have one comments. Use Hindi, please, Rohiji. Rohiji, this session has been completely dedicated on the global channel, and that is why a lot of conversation will be happening in between us would be in English language. But if you are looking specifically for the Hindi language, you can go ahead on our Olymp Trade India channel, and there you can find our conversation into the Hindi language. There are a lot of my colleagues who took webinars there. Mr. Ramakanta ji said hi, hello. Ramakanta ji. Umar Farooq ji said hi, hello. Umar ji, Sandeep ji, hello. Where can we get signal from you, sir? I would love to give you guys a good entry point. That is what I am explaining here. In fixed time trade and forex mode, there are very good entry points. Right now, have a very closer look on gold. Now, gold recently has broken the level of 2,400, and I'm very sure in the upcoming time there is a good probability for gold to reverse itself. Now, if you are keeping a very closer look on this one, what you can do as of now to cross verify, select into as 30, that means the multiplier value of 30 on gold, and take a downward trade, right? Select no stop loss at all, just for the viewer purpose, or we are just trying to execute our trade. I did open up a trade on my live account. My live trade is already active in here, but if you want to cross confirm it, you can select demo account and open up a downward trade with a little small leverage of around 30, and we'll see within couple of days whether the trade turns out to be positive or not. Can you please teach us how to take trades in index? Yeah, index. Okay, index is one of my favorite assets to work on with. If you talk about any index, may it be Asia Composite, Commodity Composite, or Europe Composite Index, whichever index if you want to name it. You see, the value of gold is started correcting itself at some intervals. So this will be happening very rapidly. That is one of the reason I told you to keep a very closer look on gold. So gold has a probability to recover very soon. It will start recovering soon, in my point of view. All gaming जी said, sir आपसे कुछ मालूम हो सकता है sir, what do you want to know sir, please let me know. इंडिकेटर के बारे में बताओ. चलिए, so since a lot of clients are aiming for the strategy, let's work up with the strategy. We'll be working out the very simple strategy. At the same time, one of the client did ask a question about how to work up with the index. Let's try to work on one specialized strategy that we'll be using for today. Okay, so the name of the strategy, as you can see the stream, the name of the strategy would be confrontation strategy. Some of you clients might be having starter status, advanced status, or expert status. Let me know into the comment section, out of you guys, how many of you are having a starter and advanced status. If you have starter and advanced status, press minus symbol into the comment section, and if you have expert status specifically, you can type plus into the comment section, and from there we can start our conversation, guys. I think we have a trading signal in here. 1 2 3. Okay, so not right now. All right, so let's start the analysis. While using the confrontation strategy, you click on this A symbol, which you can see this is a technical analysis symbol. As soon as you click on technical analysis symbol, there is a strategy option available, right? You scroll it down, and then you can see the confrontation strategy. This strategy will be available to all the advanced status client. Advanced and expert status. In case you do not have the status, let me tell you, I'll be teaching you how to craft this trading strategy manually. So there is absolutely nothing to worry about in the conversation, guys. Okay. All right. Let's try to find some. Okay, so there was another opportunity which I have recently seen on Ethereum on my another monitor. Let me just check, guys. Okay, on Ethereum it just broke the level of around 3000. Nice. And there is a possibility, so it has broken amazingly. Nice. So it was hovering around these price and started increasing. That's a very good sign. Okay. So keep a very closer look on Ethereum, guys. If the Ethereum start increasing, that means Bitcoin will also pushing itself into the upward direction. So keep a very closer look on this asset. Okay, so as we were talking about the strategy, we go to this A symbol, technical analysis symbol, and go to the strategy section. And here we'll be selecting confrontation strategy. We click on the strategy and press on the enable option. Once we click on enable option, everything will be applied automatically. The strategy will be applied itself automatically. This strategy has its unique way of understanding it. If you do not know how this trading strategy works, do not worry. I'll be teaching you this trading strategy, how this strategy works. Now here, there will be two specific oscillators, if you can see. Okay. The first one is bull's power and the second one is bear's power oscillators along with the parabolic. Now how this one works? So bull's power is nothing but checking the existing candles EMA with 13th candle EMA, existing candle with 13th candles high position, and that is where this bull's oscillator has been created. So what you can see, there is a 0 as a reference line, and you will see the variation in terms of bars here. Now how to work up with this strategy? Now if these bars are pointing us in upward direction, that means there is a lot of buying strength available, and if it is pointing below 0 level, that means there is a selling zone happening. That means there is the market has a very decreasing strength into the candle, which is what it is indicating. The second thing that you will see, again, this is a bear's power oscillator. If the bars are pointing below 0, that means the trend is moving into the downward direction, and if the bars are pointing us in upward direction, that means the trend has a very good strength or decreasing strength in the upward direction if it is decreasing into the downward direction. Let's just clarify, and let's try to take some live trade so that this idea will be clarified to you. Again, we need 3 signals to work up with the strategy. The very first signal that you will see is in terms of parabolic. If the parabolic oscillator is below this line or below the candle, that means the trend is in upward direction. If the dot formation is above the candle, that means trend is in downward direction. So these are the two signals. The first signal would be the confirmation from the parabolic SAR. Let's talk about the second confirmation. Now, if the market is moving into the upward direction, watch it very closely. The very first signal will be given to you by the Bull's power oscillator, which is in the green color. If the Bull's power oscillator is pointing in upward direction, even if it is slightly in upward direction, watch it very closely with the Bear's power oscillators. The Bear's power oscillator was actually pointing in downward direction, but here the strength of downtrend has been decreasing because the Bull's power is increasing and the size of Bear power oscillator is been continuously decreasing. And that is where, while confirming these two signals, if the parabolic dot is pointing in below zero, that means below the candle, we have a green candle, and then we also have a decrease in the size of this red bar. If all the threes are pointing us in upward direction, we can take the trade in upward direction. I think we have some comments. I'm so sorry. I was to dwell in the analysis. I forget to read your comments. Yeah, we have some comments, back-to-back comments. Okay. ऑल गेमिंग जी सेड आप कुछ मालूम हो सकता है कर सकते हैं सर क्या मालूम करना चाहते हैं प्लीज़ लेट मी नो अशोक जी ने कहा है एनी इंडेक्स यू लाइक सर आई डोंट हैव एनी स्पेसिफिक लाइकिंग फॉर इंडेक्स as long as I'm making profit on them. Mr. Ver said Akash Malhotra. Yes, I'm Akash Malhotra, sir. How to know PPI data release date in every month? So usually what happens, CPI releases 10 to 11th from I think 10th to 14th of every month CPI releases, and day before CPI or day after CPI sometimes it happens the PPI releases day interval after CPI, but this time it was released a day before that. So that is how we know about that. So 10 to 14th is the date on which the CPI and PPI data get releases. Mr. Rahul ji said, क्या मैं आपके साथ में trade ले सकता? I would highly not recommend it to you because as I told you, the actual stream and what you are seeing into the screen, it's been delayed. The YouTube is actually delaying it, the video from any time between 30 seconds to a minute duration. And we know how efficient it is. So while we are taking a trade and we need to take the entry at the right moment, and if we are failed to do so, we will be facing certain non-profitabilities there. So therefore, do not copy my trade. This is just for the educational session, and I'm taking trades in my live account. Try to learn from what I'm trying to teach you guys. Olymp Trade trustworthy? Yes, it is very trustworthy, sir. We are working from 2014, and I think we have more than 50 million users, sir. So that is what we are working and trying to build our trust. I think I answered your question, sir. Mr. Prince said Olympus is Olymp Trade is a trusted app, so I cannot say about other applications. Akshat ji said, क्या मैं आपके साथ trade कर? I already answered your question, sir. Sir, how to find market volatility? That's a very good question. So, see, these kind of questions are very intriguing. How to find market volatility? Now, if you'll see, there's a green candle and red candle happening. And there is a lot of doji candles happening side by side. So that is mean the market is highly uncertain right now. See, this is the situation. Never open up a trade where there are a lot of doji candles happening back to back. This will give you a very good sense of market volatility at that moment. So yeah. Mr. Akash ji said, hello Akash Malhotra sir, very warm welcome to the session Mr. Akash. Afreen ji said, hi, hello Afreen ji. सर क्या आप ओलम ट्रेड को एशिया फुल करियर कर सकते हैं? आई डिडंट गेट योर क्वेश्चन सर, आई एम वेरी सॉरी. कैन यू प्लीज क्लैरिफाई योर क्वेश्चन? Olymp Trade is legal. Yes, it is, sir. We are trying to work up with the Indian government as well to clarify all the doubts. So there is nothing to worry about. There are a lot of clients who are from India and they are taking trades consequently. And not even a single client of mine are facing any difficulties with regards to trading. So yeah, you won't be facing any difficulties with respect to that. So we are little late to open up a trade on this one. So see, the bars were pointing below this level, so it was a good entry. On the second candle itself, we can see this bar was increasing and the strength was almost very close to the zero line. Which is what an indication for us to take a trade in upward direction. That is why we took. So we watched the graph for a minute duration. What I'm taking trades in 2 minutes duration. This is we call it a risk to reward ratio. So if you watch the graph for a minute duration, our trading time should be 2 to 3 minutes, not a single candle. So a lot of people, what they do, they to watch the candle for a minute and they go ahead with 30 seconds or a minute duration trade. This would be highly risky, guys. I usually don't take trades in the smaller uh, time frame. It basically pays to the clients who love taking trades in the smaller duration, but I recommend you higher accuracy is what we are aiming for. Okay, do we have a signal? So guys, in order to understand the signal, let me just teach you how to work up with the signals first of all. So in order to understand the signal, the very first signal that we'll be needing would be the change in the parabolic size. So here the parabolic was above the candle, that means the downtrend is about to start. On the very first candle, we see Bear's power oscillator was pointing us into the downward direction. That means the downward trend is about to start. The upward trend is been keep on declining. So here it was pointing us in downward direction. On the second candle we can get a little confirmation from the Bear's oscillator. So yes, it is falling into the downward direction. So 1 confirmation, 2 confirmation, 3 confirmation. If 3 out of 3 signals, there where we take the trade into the downward direction. Okay. I hope you guys are loving today's session. Let me just look into the last trade that we have taken. It seems to be profitable. Nice. Okay, let's look for some more trades. Guys, if you find some good signals, let me know. Okay, so this is below zero line, but the bar strength has been decreasing. Okay. But the bars, the dots are pointing us in upward direction, and whereas here the story is completely different. So there is no signal at all. They are bias signals. They are not good signals. Let's switch. Okay, we probably could have a very good entry points here. See, the dot formation was below the candle. Nice. Then their bull power oscillator was pointing us in upward direction, and we get the confirmation that since line was reaching very close to the zero line. So 3 out of 3 signals, we could have taken a trade in upward direction for 2 minutes, but not right now. The signal strength is already been lost. What about the trade that we have taken on gold? I think gold is trying to recover right now. Let me just switch to gold once again. There will be series of red candle forming on gold. Back in the time it was 2402 and now it has been decreasing. Okay, see guys, it started decreasing. That means the price correction is already been started. So there will be a lot of selling orders execution can happen from this moment onwards, and that is one of the reason why we took the trade into the downward direction. The beauty of Forex is you can hold your position as long as you want. So since we took the trade into the downward direction, the market started into the upward direction. But now, right now, we are expecting the market to recover, and from these series of red candles, it is appearing that the market is recovering right now. Let's watch it closely and find some more signals. Okay, do we have any other signal in here? Guys, can you please guide me? Can you find some good signals? We will be executing some live trade. Let me go through your comments once again. How can I join your channel, sir? Sir, you can subscribe to Olymp Trade Global and India, both the channels, and our financial analyst will always be there. Mr. Gogoi ji said $10,000 से भी ज़्यादा loss करा. I'm very sorry for your loss, sir. I think you should relook into the way that you execute the trade. As I told you, sir, trading is not that difficult, all based on your trading analytics and how you analyze the market. So the most important part in trading, irrespective of the platform that you trade, guys, you have to have a trading discipline. Discipline is what makes us efficient in trading. Never get your emotion involved in trading. I know it's money which has been involved into the trading, but you have to be careful. Uh, okay, so I think there is a level of support in here. The dot formation is above the candle, but the candle is green right now, so these both trading signals are contradicting each other. What I would highly suggest you you, sir, join our financial analyst team. You click on this help section, we will try to help you out in recovering your funds. There is a one special method that we usually imply, we call it as loss compensation method. You click on this support action to reach out our team, schedule a session with us, and we'll try to help you to the best possible extent possible from our end. Our objective always has been to assist the client. That is why the webinars are being conducted by us, to guide you efficiently, guys. I think my screen is frozen a little. Let me just refresh it a bit. Okay, so we could have a good opportunity. Let me just, I have another history trades open up here. I'll open up a downward trade in here. But be very careful while you are taking a trade in index. No, be very careful that you are observing this support and resistance level, because majority of the time index does follow support and resistance level, and they basically bounce back from this existing positions. Okay, so whenever you are executing trade on any particular asset, may it be Asia Composite Index, Commodity Composite Index, or Euro Composite Index, watch it very closely whether the candle is bouncing from the support or resistance level or not. Okay, let's find some good signals, guys. Let me tell you, do we have some good signals or not? If you are not able to find good signals, there's nothing to worry about. We can always switch the asset from one asset to another one. Okay, let's find it. We can have a good signal on this one. I have a lot of risk-free trades right now. Let me use another risk-free trade. So why we are using risk-free trade? So even the trade becomes a non-profitable, there are chances that we even the trade is become non-profitable, the amount will be refunded to us. So we are not really risking anything in here. So yeah, why did we took the trade in upward direction? So the first signal was the candle was the dot formation was below the candle. Second, Bull's power oscillator was also pointing us in upward direction. And third, if you'll see Bear's power oscillator starting moving itself into the zero line, and that is the reason why we took the trade in upward direction. Let's wait for the asset to settle down. I will try to find out some more signals. Let me read your comments once again. Guys, how are you feeling about today's session? Mr. Motilal ji said, "What are your top three strategies?" My top three strategies, if I'm looking, it is also based on the existing circumstances. If I'm willing to take trades in fundamental analysis, so no trading strategy will work in that moment. My favorite trading strategy, okay, I'll go ahead with the Bollinger Band. I love taking trades with Bollinger Band. So if on any particular asset, if I'm not finding out the signals, Bollinger Band is one of the best trading strategy that I use at times. Let me know how many of you guys want to know about the Bollinger Band strategy, and we can actually have a conversation about that into the next session. What's your opinion about that? Let me know into the comment section. Guys, you tell me which one is your trading strategy, the best trading strategy for you, till the point, which has given you enormous amount of profit and which have helped you in the critical circumstances where the trade was into the negative direction in the last moment, and then started working out for you based on the strategy that you have used. Okay, so we have almost around 3 seconds remaining. Yep, the trade is profitable. So we were talking about the best trading strategy. So yeah, Bollinger Band works fine with me. If I'm taking trades in the longer duration, I'll go ahead with the kind Martin. Kind Martin is amazing in its own terms, because it can works in fixed time trade mode and forex as well. Mr. Sikh ji said, "Hello, bro." Hello, sir. Mr. Sikh, welcome to the session. Mr. Ajag ji said, check on Europe Composite Index. There is a downtrend on 1 minute time frame. Okay, shall we? Europe Composite Index. Sir, be very careful, right? If the trend is sideways and if you see the dots formation are very close to each other, never take trade. Sideways trend is something that you really avoid in this circumstance. If there is a green red candle formation, we should completely avoid trading in that situation because the market seems to be volatile in that moment. Mr. Ricardo said good morning. Good morning, Mr. Ricardo. MH Gaming ji said how to get risk-free trade. So risk-free trade, guys, if you do have an expert status, so let me tell you how to work up with that. If you have expert status, so you can see risk-free trades available to the every level that majority of the levels that we on level 3 you get like around $20 to risk-free trades. On level 5 you can get around how many? I mean $50 risk-free trade. So this is where you basically get the risk-free trades. I have been accumulating my risk-free trades. So these are the risk-free trades which you can get on level 13, on level 15, on level 17. This is where you can get the experience point. You reach this particular level and the risk-free trade you will be awarded with. Mr. Ankush ji said, can we discuss it now? What do you want to discuss, Ankush ji? Please let me know into the comment section. Oh, Motilal ji said Safari. Safari worked out well for you. That's amazing, sir. Safari also works amazingly because it is a combination of the two different oscillators. Mr. Javed ji said, I would love to know about ball in Japan. I would highly recommend you to go to Investopedia first. Try to learn about the ball in Japan. There is a special section where you can. Oh, we missed the session, guys. It was an amazing trade. So the very first signal we received from here, we got the confirmation from the Beer's power oscillator in the third candle itself. So this trade could have been amazing. Right now we lost the momentum. Let's skip the trade. We'll try to find some more signals. Mr. Javed ji says, can you please give another session about Forex trade? It also based on the client, sir. If the client do ask for the Forex session, we can have an absolutely live session on Forex. We can also work out with the strategy on Forex as well. Okay, so Beer's power oscillator is there. This one is also, but what about the parabolic SR? The parabolic SR is not pointing us in downward direction. So if it has to follow a downward trend, that means the dot has to shift in upward direction. Okay. So what we are awaiting is from the confirmation from this parabolic dot. Beer's power oscillator is also pointing. Bull's power oscillator is also pointing in downward direction, but there is no red candle happening, and the dot confirmation is still not been there. मिस्टर गोगोई सेड मैं बहुत डिप्रेशन में हूँ एक ही गलती मैं बार बार कर रहा हूँ वेरी सॉरी फॉर दिस inconvenience. Let's do one thing, Mr. Gogai. Go to the help section and schedule a session. If you are advanced and expert status client, expert status have been given session 4 times in a month, whereas advanced status client have been given 1 session in a month. So if you have advanced or expert status, go to this help support option and schedule your session. Our team will be there. My colleagues will be there to assist you from that moment onwards. So yeah. Let's use around $5 risk-free trade because I don't think so this is a good signal right now. Doji candle happening here, although we have a confirmation dot in upward direction, but a doji candle for confirmation is always been on the side which we cannot predict exactly. So let's skip it. That signal wasn't that good enough. Let's find some good signals. No signal in here, guys. Please let me know into the comment section where are you finding out some good signals, and I'll love to take trade on that basis. We don't have signal anyone here yet. Okay, so let's one of the client did ask like 10 to 15 minutes duration trading. Let's do let's switch the graph to 5 minutes duration. Do we have a signal here? Okay, the signal is already been formed in here. Let's take a trade in upward direction, and let me switch the graph to 5 minutes duration first. Okay, so on 5 minutes duration, our trading time can vary. Our trading time can vary from 1 is to 2 or 3 by formation. That means if you're watching the graph for a minute duration, your trading time should be 2 to 3 minutes. If you're watching the graph for 5 minutes duration, your trading time around would be 7 to 15 minutes duration, whichever suits you better. Let's find some good signals on 5 minutes duration. No signal in here. It's been a long time when the dot have reversed their position, so not a good signal in here. Let's fish it. Sideways trend, it's a big no. Let's skip it. Let's find commodity composite index. Okay, we had the signal on the very first candle. Right now we are late to open up the trade by 10 minutes, and that won't be that effective enough, guys. Let's skip it. You see, what I'm planning is for the higher accuracy. Okay, we have a signal in here. On the very first candle it would have been effective. Let me just go ahead with $5. I'm not that very confident about this signal because we already lost the very big impulsive candle in the first segment. Okay, the market seems to be following that what we have analyzed it so far, but it has to see. We have to see what goes on there. Okay. Till the time trade closes, let me go through your comments. How can I join you? Mr. Shekhawat ji said, sir, if you want to join the session, as I told you, you can go ahead on the help section and try to schedule a session with me or my colleagues, and we'll be happy to assist you. Samina ji said, bro, Asia mein loo please. Dear trader, right now the trades are being delayed, shown to you, and if you copy the trades, there will be delay in the execution, and sometimes the trade can go for the toss in the last second or so. So I would highly not recommend you to copy my trades, but it is up to you guys. So yeah, this is the session from my end, guys. Thank you very much for joining the session with me. So we took some trades, out of which I think 1, 2, 3 trades were profitable. As I told you, Asia Composite Index was too overbought. I wasn't confident on that position because we lost the momentum in the very few candles, the first candle or so. We watched the graph for 5 minutes duration, and the market wasn't suggesting us that effectively well. You see, the signal was efficient in the beginning itself, 1 or 2 candles. We were late to open up a trade, that's why we went with the small amount. Apart from this, I think our majority of the trades are on the profitable front. The big volume trades are on the profitable front. So I thank you, all of you, once again for joining the session with me. I would love to see you guys in the profitable session. Let me know into the comment section what trading idea would you need in next session, and what trading strategy are looking out for. Is it a fixed time trade or forex trade? And we can have a healthy conversation on that. Thank you very much for being with me, staying ahead with me. I always fascinated by the fact that as a trader, we as a community, our objective is to grow with each other, and that is what my objective was, to join Olymp Trade. Thank you very much for being with me. I'll be coming up on the next week with some more trading ideas. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. Have a great day ahead, guys, and a very happy weekend. I'll see you into the next one. Bye bye. Good luck in trading.